Okay, this is video 4 of me restoring the pedal tractor. And what you're looking at right here is this is the steering, this is the vertical steering column, this is the rear axle, and this is the section that goes to the steering wheel, which attaches at that end, and goes down on this end, attaches to right here, and turns this. This section is where the wheel's attached to. Now, when I got all these off, I had to wire wheel on a bench grinder all the muck and everything that was on these off. I had to drill out these holes where the cotter pins went. They had rusted in, and that was the only way I can get them out, is to drill in a drill press to get these out. Now, the black coating that you see that's on these, after I cleaned them all up, is this stuff right here, rust converter. These are going to be inside the unit, so I wanted them to be coated with a way that they all won't rust. So this has got a decent look to it. I'll take some emery cloth and polish these back down, because that's where the tire or the wheels will turn on this. But other than that, I needed it to be rust proof. This top piece right here fits against the top part of the one of the body shells, and so I took this in the bench grinder and I beveled this edge. Now on the inside, I poured that rust converter down inside this tube, and I coated all the inside of it. So now I've made this thing completely rust proof. Same thing with the axle and the steering rod, because now that I'm restoring these, I don't want them to ever fall apart again. The rear axle, I drilled out the cotter pin holes. This one is the smooth end where the tire will, the rim will turn on this one. This one won't have traction. This one down here has the key. That's the one that has, there is a rim that keys into that, and that's what gets the traction. So it's only basically one-wheel drive. It was built from the factory that way. Now, I locked this into the vise because that other end was locked in place, and I ended up putting force to turn that wheel to get the brake loose, and then I was able to drive it off. There were some little brass bushings that was on here. I took them off with a hammer and a chisel. So all them pieces will be replaced. The original, it didn't have bearings, it had bushings, which were plastic slid on here, fit inside that axle tubing. That's what supported that. This originally was built in 1964, if I can, 64 or 65. The axle itself is in good shape. You can see there's no teeth missing. None of them are in bad shape. So I'm going to hang on to that. The cotter pin holes have been drilled out and cleaned up, and this has been coated with the rust converter. So all these pieces are together, and this is what, now that I got this part done, I'll make a list of the parts needed and start cleaning the halves. I'll degrease the inside because they're all nice and greasy. Degrease it, and then on the outside I'll use that paint remover. I'm going to take a jitterbug sander, sand the body down to smooth it up, get it nice and pretty, and then I'll start painting on it. So this will be video 4. It's not going to be a long one at all, but to show some of the things that I'm doing to it. And oh, right here is a bucket I put the chain in. Now I'm soaking the chain in hydraulic oil. The chain is almost 40 years old, and it's in decent shape for that old. I'm just soaking it in hydraulic oil. That way it's a nice light oil. Try to soak it and permeate it, and I'll clean the heck out of it using a toothbrush and probably a small wire brush to clean that. And that's about the only piece on the inside I can reuse on this thing. that I've been able to salvage. The pedal assembly was trashed. The bearings were all out of it, so they're fairly economical to replace, around 30 bucks or so. So I got to get a list together. There's about 3, 4, 5 guys on the web that are selling parts of these, so it's not going to be hard to get all my stuff together. And it'll look great. It should never get put outside again, so it should be inside and on display here for Christmas. Anyhow, this is video 4, and stay tuned. There'll be more.